Dang, had a good video and it was lost in space. So let's try this again. The Wednesday Week 05 video that I linked to in stage 1, this is the idea that came out of that. What I'd like you to do is on these 24 different artboards, I'm going to show you how to set this up. I want you to come up with different pattern elements that you can then make patterns on this pattern preview right here. And then you can click out here to see what your different patterns do. And all these patterns, there's 26 of them, and the reason there's 26 is because of the naming convention I used, which isn't smart at all. This idea that I'm on artboard 01, so I'm going to call it 01A, and then through, if I double click out here, 01Z, well, not the greatest idea in the world. And these settings from 280 all the way out here to 40 on the second one, the first one's 33. These are 10 pixel increments. I do not want you doing this. I'm going to hit escape to get out of this. I don't want you doing that because, close that, because we can automate this. All these steps I did manually can be automated with actions. And I'll teach you how to do actions later on. But right now, I want you to explore these 24 artboards. I'll show you how to make it in the next video with different pattern elements. Stay simple. Geometry, let's stick with geometry before we move out into the organic forms. Geometry is easier to work with Illustrator, easier to generate a lot of these, and I don't want to show you examples beyond this square because I've got lots of ideas, but I don't want you trapped in my ideas. I want you to come up with your own. So once you make a pattern element, and again, don't do a square, don't do a smaller square or a bigger square because you can scale these patterns. If I come out here to, this pattern, I can scale this. All I have to do is come up to Object, Transform, and Scale, and look, I scaled it. I deselected Transform Objects because if that's selected, the rectangle is, everything's, reduced in size. We want the pattern to be the only thing that's scaled. And I'll hit cancel because that's easily done. And then under Transform Rotate, hey, we can turn squares into diamonds. So the idea that these patterns are very flexible and we can do a lot of things with them are built right in to the Illustrator's tools. What I want you to do is come up with 24 different, and not just square, circle, diamond, rectangle, use your imagination. Don't get too complicated. And I'll show you how to set this up, and I'll give you a tip about turning off the snap to pixel is probably a good idea. It depends on what you have. Sometimes it's wonderful. Sometimes it handcuffs you. So there you go. I want you to play with this and explore it. And yeah, come up with 24 different examples.